Focus. Here's something strange. If a plane leaving Los Angeles drifts by just 1 degree, it finishes roughly 40 miles off course, enough to miss the runway entirely. Tiny changes create massive shifts over time. And the same math runs your habits. Get 1% better each day, and you're 38 times better in a year. Get 1% worse, and you shrink to just 2.6% of where you started. Welcome to FruityWisdom, where we turn big ideas into small actions that actually change your life. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Today we're talking about how habits compound just like interest in a bank account. Every choice you make, brushing your teeth, skipping the workout, scrolling your phone, it all adds up. What's wild is that the effects are invisible at first. You don't notice the difference between eating one cookie or skipping one run. But over a month, that's 30 skipped runs. Over a year, that's 365 extra cookies. And over 10 years, that's your health, your energy, even your identity transformed. And money works the same way. Invest just $5 a day at a modest 10% return, and in 40 years you're sitting on nearly $800,000. But if you spend that same $5 a day on coffee or candy, it disappears, along with the wealth you could have built. The biggest misconception? People think transformation comes from massive leaps. In reality, it's the tiniest shifts, compounded over time, that shape everything. Take the story of a man who quit smoking. For the first few weeks, nothing felt different. But a year later, his lung capacity had doubled. His energy was back. His doctor said his risk of heart disease had plummeted. It didn't happen in one dramatic moment. It happened because every single cigarette not smoked was a deposit into his future health. That's the power of compounding habits. Think of a student, one who reviews notes for 5 minutes a day. By exam time, she's confident and prepared. Another doesn't, and crams all night. The difference? A year of compounding tiny reviews.
Think of money. $1 invested grows quietly until one day it doubles, triples, multiplies. Think of relationships. A kind word every day builds trust, intimacy, love. A sarcastic jab every day erodes it until the bond is brittle. Habits are interest payments. Every action is a deposit or a withdrawal. The metaphor is simple. Your future self is living off the balance you're building right now. Here's the dark side. Compounding cuts both ways. Skip the workout once, no big deal. Skip it for a year, your energy crashes. Stay up late scrolling one night, fine. Do it every night, and your focus, mood, and health unravel. Dysfunction doesn't announce itself loudly. It creeps in silently, one small choice at a time. By the time you notice, the balance is already deep in the red. And that's why this matters so much right now. So how do you harness compounding in your favor? First, start embarrassingly small. 1 push-up, 1 page, 1 glass of water. It's about momentum, not heroics. Next, track it. Compounding thrives on consistency, so give yourself visual proof. A streak, a journal, a checklist, anything to see progress stack up. Finally, guard against the silent withdrawals. Missing once is fine. Missing twice is the start of a new, worse habit. Protect the chain. If you want to dive deeper, Atomic Habits by James Clear is the blueprint, practical, clear, and inspiring. Then, check out The Slight Edge by Olson, which shows how small daily disciplines separate success from failure. And for the math nerds, The Compound Effect by Darren breaks down why tiny choices create massive outcomes over time. 3 books, 1 powerful truth. Compounding runs your life whether you notice or not. Knowledge only matters if you use it. So here's your challenge. Pick one habit, shrink it down to the smallest version, and start today. Leave a comment on what you chose, and check back in a week to see the balance growing. Remember, the future isn't built in big leaps. It's built in tiny deposits that compound into greatness. This is FruityWisdom, reminding you, invest in your habits, and they'll pay dividends you can't even imagine.